Don't be discouraged, keep whisking. It'll be worth it in the end. So I have a secret that I have to get off of my chest. I hate making pie dough in the summertime. I think that it's too hot. My butter always gets really warm and it's not flaky like it is in the fall. I'm gonna show you my ultimate hack, my secret, using my favorite ingredient of all time. A Ritz Cracker pie crust with a Lemony Sumac delicious tart pie. Desserts are a special treat. They can be equal parts fun and amazing, and yet so nostalgic, like these Ritz crackers. The salty, buttery, melt in your mouth goodness brings me back to my childhood and just gives me a warm giant hug. I love using these crackers as my base because they already pack so much flavor, but they make me feel like I'm a kid again. So to make your Ritz Cracker crust, you're gonna grab your crackers, put them in your food processor, put the lid back on, and we're gonna pulse it on low speed. So we're gonna see if our crumb has been fully crumbified, and there's still big chunks in here. So we're gonna keep pulsing. I'm looking for a very fine crust because once the butter gets in there, you don't want to mix it too much or else it gets really pasty and gross. So I think we have a mixture between very small grains and very fine grains, and I think that that's going to be a lovely texture, and it's also going to help you when you cut into your pie. I'm going to take my melted butter and I'm going to pour it into my mixer to really make my crust come alive. So now you can feel that this dough has been fully incorporated with that butter. It is compacting and it's going to make a beautiful crust. So here we have our plastic wrap lined pie dish. It is ready to get that delicious Ritz Cracker crust layered on top, and I'm gonna show you how to get that perfect edge in your pot. Not using this, but using this. And now we're gonna layer this delicious crust. Make sure you scrape. Now we're gonna press in. I'm focusing on that beautiful side layer because that's where the majority of our structure is gonna need help in. Now we're going to pack in, but making sure that I'm not pressing too hard that I kind of break apart that structure. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I'm gonna make that delicious Lemony Sumac. Now it's time to make our lemoniest, sumaciest lemon curd. But first, we're going to bloom our gelatin, but we're not gonna bloom it in water because water doesn't have flavor. And we want to pack this lemon curd, this no-bake pie with the most flavor. So we're going to use pineapple juice. So first you're going to take your gelatin, then you're going to take your pineapple juice, and you're going to incorporate this and whisk out all the clumps. So let's whisk this before it jellifies. Tiny whisk not included. You can already see that the pineapple juice is absorbing all of that gelatin, and it is going to make sure that our lemon curd sets and is beautiful, and it's going to give that extra tropical flavor that I love. So now we're going to make our curd. First you're going to grab your butter, your lemon zest, sumac, our secret weapon. People often hear about it in savory applications, but if you are using something with high acidity or you want to make it a little more floral, a little more balanced, you would use this not only for added color and beautiful texture, you would use it to make it more acidic. Sumac is from Africa, North America, and some parts of East Asia, and it grows on a tree. And my favorite thing about sumac is that the shrubs are called sumac bobs. Hi, Bob. Hi. So now we're gonna add our sumac, lemon juice, sugar, and a pinch of salt. And move it around if you have to make sure that all of your sugar gets coated with that lemon juice. So as we wait, we are going to grab our whisk, and I'm gonna grab my eggs, and I'm going to start breaking apart the egg yolks so that it's easier for my eggs to be tempered. So now that our butter has fully melted, I'm going to turn off the heat, and I'm gonna keep stirring until all those little butter chunks disappear. So to temper, you don't want to actually put your eggs into a hot mixture because that will make scrambled eggs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the hot liquid and we're gonna put it into this cold egg mixture and slowly incorporate and change the temperature of the eggs to make it ready to go back into this hot pot so that then we can cook it and it won't curdle or become scrambled eggs a la sumac. So we're gonna grab our ladle and we're gonna grab some of our hot mixture and pour it into our eggs. Keep whisking and repeat this process until your eggs change color. So I'm gonna pour all of my mixture into my yolks to just make sure that that temperature really did change. So let's put this back into the pot. We're gonna turn our heat back on. And typically in a regular stove, it might take 6 to 8 minutes or until it comes to a full boil. So keep whisking. It's super important that you keep this mixture in motion. And as you whisk, I'm gonna bring my bowl with a strainer and I'm gonna have it ready to go so that I can strain my mixture before adding it to my pie crust. And it'll get a little tougher to whisk as it tightens up. Don't be discouraged, keep whisking. It'll be worth it in the end. You can see that it's starting to thicken now that we have our bubbles. Once it boils and you see bubbles like that, turn it off. Keep whisking. Now you're gonna take your gelatin and you're gonna incorporate it into your curd. Give it a good whisk to make sure it dissolves fully. Oh, it seems I have lemon curd in my hair. That's not part of the recipe. And now the most important part, the part that you can't skip because of those egg whites that were floating around. We're gonna strain those out of here. So now we're gonna move this around gently, not pushing it through, just helping it come out of the mix. It smells like lemon and sunshine and rainbows and butterflies. This sumac pie is just amazing. So do you see this? That is all the egg whites that I was kind of afraid that would be in my pot as I cooked my mixture. So I didn't push it through this time around because I was just worried that that eggy flavor would come through. And we're gonna keep moving and stirring it until we get really dry, but don't worry, your sumac will still end up in your bowl. As you can see, it's nice and smooth and super cute. It's just so cute. So let's pour this into our pie crust. So I'm gonna put this into the refrigerator and I'm gonna let it sit for at least 4 hours. Typically it's better overnight, but if you're really in a hurry and you really wanna enjoy this pie, 4 hours at the very least, and you can get to eating your pie. So first, let's take a moment and just appreciate the bounty of fruits that are in front of me. I mean, this can be a dessert on its own because fruit is life, right? Here you have our fully set lemon sumac pie. You're probably wondering why I had the plastic wrap put on the bottom of this, but I'm gonna show you right now. First, you're gonna cut a slice of lemon sumac goodness. We're gonna rotate this guy. We're gonna find our perfect pie slice. And now we're gonna take our pie spatula and we're gonna get in to this little nook. And now for the plastic wrap. We're gonna lift up. And now you have your perfect Ritz Cracker and Sumac lemon pie. And we're gonna garnish it with our delicious fruit that is around us. We have pineapples, kiwis, strawberries, raspberries, and gooseberries. That is so good. These guys are delicious. So we're gonna grab our little pieces of strawberry, some raspberries, pineapple, gooseberries, and papaya. Look at how cute. We're gonna put it on the plate here. All right, guys, so we're gonna taste a bit of this Lemony Sumac Ritz Cracker pie, and look at all these tropical fruit. Literally my mom's house on a plate. It's amazing. Misu, I'm gonna have a taste and then I'm gonna share with you. Okay. There's lemon. The sumac is so fragrant. The Ritz Cracker Crust, oh my God. It's buttery, it's salty, it's just coating my mouth with unctuousness and goodness, and I'm not gonna share with Misu. I'm sorry, pal. Make your own.